Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be discussing atoms, molecules, and ions, and also the contributions of key scientists. Atom is the smallest indivisible particle of an element, and it is the particle of the element that can take part in chemical reactions. Let's the structure. Let's discuss the structure of an atom. An atom is composed of the nucleus, and in the nucleus are located the proton, which are positively charged, and the neutron, which are neutral in charges. So, atom is composed of nucleus that contain both the proton and neutron. Okay, proton being positively charged and neutron being neutrally charged. And around the nucleus revolves the electron, which are negatively charged. Around the nucleus, electron can occupy different energy level, which are called the shells. And at this different energy level, electron can take their orbit there. In the first energy level, in the first shell, only two electrons can occupy the shell, while in the subsequent shell that follow, as the distance become l- greater from the nucleus, each electron, maximum of 8 electrons can occupy each of the energy level or shell. Okay. These electrons have their energy, and when their energy is increased by probably radiation, when they are subjected, they can gain more energy when an electromagnetic radiation is emitted on them. And when it is emitted on them, when they absorb energy, they can move to higher energy level. Okay. When electron absorb more energy, they can move to higher energy level. And when this energy is discontinued, the energy that is radiated on them that make them to acquire more energy and move to the next energy level, when it is discontinued, they return back to their initial energy level. At this stage, when they acquire more energy and move to higher energy level, they are said to be excited. They are said to be at the excitation states. And when the energy is discontinued, they move back to their initial energy level. And when they move back, they radiate the extra energy that made them to move to the higher energy level. On the other hand, proton, electron is negatively charged. So take note, atom composed of some subparticles, which are electron, which is negatively charged, proton, which is positively charged, and neutron, which is neutral. In the nucleus, the proton, the proton and neutron are located in the nucleus, while electrons revolve around the nucleus at different energy level or shells. Okay. When they absorb more energy, they can move to higher energy level, as I've said earlier. Now, electron can take part in chemical reaction, meaning that when atom of elements take part in chemical reaction, what actually happen is the interaction between electron, either through loss of electron, gaining of electron, or sharing of electron with other atoms. While on the other hand, the proton is located in the neutron and does not take part in chemical reaction. The proton determine the atomic number of an element, and they determine the position of the elements in the periodic table, which we will discuss later. Okay. The proton and neutron determine the atomic mass of an element. And the reason why it is proton and neutron that determine atomic mass is because compared to electron, their mass is very large, almost times 1800 that of mass of the electron. So they determine the atomic mass of the element. The mass of proton is about 1.67 times 10 raised to power minus 27. That's for proton. While for neutron is 1.68 times 10 raised to power minus 27. In contrast, electron has a negligible mass when compared to them of 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31. If you look at this weight, you discover that it is far, far below this weight. Okay, almost times 1800 less than this. Therefore, it is the proton and neutron that determine the atomic mass of an element. What keep electron orbiting around the nucleus? It's simple. If you watch my video on circular motion, a body moving in circular motion usually have a centripetal force that usually attract them to the center of the circle. And when a body is moving at a speed and an external force act on that body in such a way that the force is perpendicular to the direction of the speed, that body tends to move in a circle. And that's the phenomenon that keep electron moving in a circle around the neutron. Because where does that force comes from? Remember that I said the proton is positively charged and the electron is negatively charged. This establish an electrostatic force between them, and it is this electrostatic force that provide the centripetal force that makes electron to be moving around the neutron. Okay. Recall that the number of proton and electron in an atom are equal, and this make an atom neutrally charged. Okay, because the number of positive charge is equals to the number of negative charge, negatively charged. However, when electron is knocked off the atom, either through absorption of energy or through other means, the atom become net positively charged. What do I mean? When electron is knocked off, that will be minus electron, which is negatively charged. Therefore, atom will become positive. The atom will become positively charged. Let's say the atom has atomic number of 11 before. And like I said, the proton determine the atomic number. And an atom have equal number of electron with the proton, right? So if there is 11 proton, there is also 11 electron, right? But when one electron is knocked off, it becomes 10 electron and 11 proton. So there is one net positive charge here. Okay, an atom can also gain electron in a chemical reaction, and when they do that, they get extra charge and become negatively charged. Okay, when an atom lose or gain electron, it becomes an ion. Okay, and that is where concept of ions comes from. Okay, now let's move on to molecule. What is molecule? Molecules is the particle that is formed one or two atoms when two or more atoms combine together. Okay, two atom of the same element can combine together to form a molecule. For example, hydrogen plus hydrogen atom can form hydrogen gas molecule. Okay, while atom of different elements can combine together to form a molecule. For example, when hydrogen and chlorine combine together, they can form hydrochloric acid. Okay, so these two atoms combining together is what is called molecule. And molecules is the smallest indivisible particle of a compound that can still retain the physical and chemical property of that compound. Okay. Now let's discuss the contributions of different scientists to the description of the atomic structure. John Dalton is the famous scientist that proposed the atomic theory in 1808. And the key point in his proposition was that all matter are composed of atoms, which cannot be divided, created, or destroyed. And the atom of a given element are identical in size, mass, and other properties. J.J. Thomson discovered the electron and proposed the plum pudding model of the atom. What is plum pudding model? Plum pudding model simply means that what J.J. Thomson proposed is that atom is composed of positively charged proton, okay, inside which are the clouds of electron, meaning that they are just evenly distributed everywhere. Okay, so that is what he proposed. But what we know today is that atom is composed of nucleus, inside which neutron and proton are located, and electron revolve around them. Unlike that of the J.J. Thomson that say they are just scattered amongst each other. Millikan determine the charge of the electron. Okay, take note of that. If you want to know more about the experiment that they used to discover all these things, you can comment in the section below so that I will make special videos on them. Ernest Rutherford discovered the nucleus and proposed a new atomic model with a dense positively charged nucleus, which is in contrast to that of the Rutherford that proposed the plum pudding. Okay, so it is Rutherford that first proposes the modern atomic structure that we use, in which nucleus is located at the center and electron revolve around it. Niels Bohr proposed that electrons orbit the nucleus in a specific energy level and introduced the concept of quantized electron. It is Niels Bohr that let us know that different shells around the nucleus are different energy level and that electron can absorb energy and move to the next energy level as I've earlier described. Henry Moseley led to the modern definition of the atomic number and rearrangement of the periodic table. Moseley tell us about the proton, and he made us to know that it is the proton that determine the atomic number of an element and also determine its position in the periodic table. This can serve as memory aid. I know it's difficult to remember the names of some old scientists who discovered what, but this can help in recalling their name and contribution. Dalton dived into atoms, meaning Dalton actually was the first person to describe what atom is, being the smallest indivisible particle of an element. All right. Millikan measured the electron. Millikan measured the charge in the electron, and Rutherford revealed the nucleus. Is the one that first propose that atom is made up of nucleus around which electron revolves. So he revealed the nucleus. Let's assume nucleus is hidden inside atom. It is Rutherford that revealed it for us. Mostly mastered the atomic number, meaning that he actually described the atomic number, mastered the atomic number. Thomson thought of the electron, okay, and Bohr built the model Bohr built the model, meaning that it was Bohr that tells us that electron is at different energy level around the nucleus. Let's go through some questions. What occurs when an atom gains an electron? I described this. I believe you should be able to answer it. Comment your answer in the section below. Okay. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that have different. I skipped when I was talking about the atomic structure. You know, I said earlier that atom is made up of proton and neutron inside the nucleus, and around them revolve the electron. And I said that proton number is equals to electron number, right? Now, what about neutron? Okay. Now, also recall that atom of the same element have the same number of proton. Take note of that. Okay. And they also have the same number of neutron and electron. But some elements have atoms that can be different in the sense that their the number of neutron in them will be different. So when an element has atoms that have different number of neutron, that's different atoms are known as the isotopes of that element. For example, carbon has atom that has neutron 12 number of neutrons and some that have 14 number of neutron. Okay, so the different atoms of the carbon with different neutron number are known as the isotopes. So the isotope are atom of the same element that have different number of neutron. Is the correct answer. Okay, who proposed that all matter is made up of indivisible and indestructible atoms? So I believe you should be able to answer this. Recall the aids, the memory aids that I described earlier. Okay. So try to use it to answer it so that it will stick to your memory. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and after you subscribe, you can click the bell alert so that you'll be alerted when I upload new videos. What keep me going? The oxygen that keep me going, and the energy that push me to make this video is your watching it, liking it, and subscribing to it. If you are not watching it, I will not have the energy to make this video. So you are very important. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay? Go through this question and try to answer it. The different scientists that contribute to the description of the atomic structure. How many neutrons are in carbon 14? Okay, so this, which is an isotope of carbon. Okay, how many electrons are in aluminium 3 plus? So I just go through this and answer it in the comment section. Let's discuss. Let's open up discussion. Okay, these are the different questions. According to Bohr's model, what causes an emission spectrum? You should be able to answer this. We discussed it. So please don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Till I see you in my next video, I wish you the best. Bye bye.